Hello, everybody. Good morning. Did you have fun yesterday? Did you have fun yesterday? Yes. Thank you. I'm John Matthews.
And I'm KVS Hari, and we are the General Chairs of ICAST 2025.
We extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you to this Golden Jubilee edition of ICAST on behalf of all SPS chapters in India. This is the first time an ICAST is being held in India. Many of us have dreamt about bringing an ICAST to India for a long time. We thank all our well-wishers and supporters who have helped us get to this day. And it is time to celebrate. We invite you to share our excitement for signal processing and what it has done to advance humanity on this joyful occasion.
bhavatu, sarva mangalam bhavatu, sarva mangalam bhavatu. Let there be prosperity, auspiciousness everywhere to every one of you. What better way than to begin the day, blessing every aspect of creation, the bhumi, earth, water, fire, air, space, the human mind, body, spirit, intelligence. Bringing prayers of prosperity, peace, harmony, tranquility. This is what India offers to you. This is what the conference brings to you. Wishing wellness, success for everything that is going to happen in the next few days in the conference. As artists, this is what we bring to you as a special opening presentation, praying for your wellness. I hope you enjoyed our presentation. It was truly an honor to be a part of this conference on this morning. Thank you all from Abhinava Dance Company, Bangalore, to all of you. Namaskar.
Wonderful, wasn't it? As joyful as we are disappointed that many of our colleagues and friends are not here today, and we wish that they were with us in Hyderabad. We are hopeful that many of them are watching this event live. For all those joining us online, we welcome you once again, and we look forward to your joining the Satellite ICASP event at Suzhou.
To mark the Golden Jubilee of ICASP, we felt that celebrating signal processing would be an appropriate theme. We celebrate by recognizing our accomplishment as a conference and within our discipline. The 50th ICASP has been organized as an affordable, inclusive, memorable, and socially responsible conference. For example, the registration fee was kept low and the banquet ticket is highly subsidized. We are also organizing social spaces depicting Indian cultural heritage. We have initiated a sustainability action program that includes locally sourced and at least 70% vegetarian food. The registration kit contains a stole with custom-made signals-related design that's handloom woven using traditional methods and an eco-friendly bag. Both the bags and the stoles were made by local artisans, positively impacting the lives of more than 200 families. The celebratory activities include an ICASP at 50 pavilion that showcases the evolution of ICASP over the past 5 decades. We are optimistic that this ICASP is, The celebratory activities include the ICASP pavilion, honoring distinguished educators and researchers, and lecture demonstration about Indian culture.
Our goal is to make the ICASP experience most memorable. For both of us, ICASPs have influenced our professional and personal lives through conversations with our mentors and peers and making friendships that have lasted decades. We are optimistic that this ICASP will serve many of you similarly and that you will take back sustained friendships and lasting memories from Hyderabad.
Our efforts to organize ICASP has been substantially aided by our industry patrons, supporters and exhibitors, and we thank them wholeheartedly. We thank you again for being here and look forward to interactions with each of you during the conference. We now invite our TPC co-chair, Professor Isabel Troncoso, to present the highlights of the technical program.
It is a great pleasure and honor to speak to you all on behalf of the Technical Program Committee of ICASP 2025. It was a long journey with countless remote meetings that also brought me three very good friends. Bhaskar Rao from the University of San Diego, Gaurav Sharma from the University of Rochester, also in the US, and Nilesh Mehta from the Indian Institute of Science. We shared this journey with over 25 technical committee chairs and members who probably were as thrilled as I was, while to witness the total number of submissions in the main track going over the 7,000 mark. That happened on the submission deadline, September 12th. During the following week, over a couple of hundred papers were either withdrawn or desk rejected because they did not pass the initial validity check, namely in terms of the number of pages. After that validity check, the second step of the long paper processing chain was the assignment of papers to technical committee chairs, respecting the choice of the first topic indicated by the authors. The theses were helped in this task by area chairs responsible for overseeing topic areas. The initial assignment of papers to reviewers was done using TPMS, the Toronto Paper Matching System, linking expert reviewers with papers in topics where they had previously published. The blind review process involved over 7,000 papers, as it included not only the main track papers, but also special session papers. As it's usual in our conferences, emergency reviewers had to be assigned papers during the last week of the review period in order to fill in the missing reviews of the system because it was an enormous amount of papers. The reviews were then sent to authors who had 1 week to submit a rebuttal. Only area chairs, not reviewers, had access to their rebuttal notes. In parallel, meta-reviewers and area chairs also started going over the reviews with a particular emphasis on the papers that had received only 2 reviews. We did make sure this way that every paper had been seen or reviewed by at least 5 individuals. The TC chairs then made accept-reject decisions, and finally it was our turn as technical program chairs to do the final checks. Review results were communicated to authors on December 20th with an overall acceptance rate of 45%. These are the statistics of submission and acceptance of papers per technical committee in the main track only. And on the right, the curve which shows the big increase over the last 20 years or so in ICASP main track submissions. Extrapolating to 2026 sounds exciting. As I mentioned earlier, the review process targets not only the almost 7,000 papers of the main track, but also the special session papers. The special session process was overseen by our colleagues, Lee Swindlehurst and Subhasis Chaudhuri. They selected 20 special sessions out of the 52 proposals. Nearly 180 papers were submitted, not all part of the initial proposals. Although the same rigorous review process was applied, we did accept, they had a slightly higher acceptance ratio, 65%. At a later stage, we also dealt with submissions from SPS and Open Journal, altogether close to 130. So on the whole, we had almost 3,400 papers. Quite a task. The next task was ours, to split the available number of slots for lecture and poster sessions among the 12 tracks. Most tracks had only poster sessions in one of the 2 poster types, either sessions with 6 poster boards or 9 poster boards, but 2 tracks had both types. The planning of lecture slots initially had 11 rooms and 13 time slots, but 1 more room was made available at a later stage due to the need to accommodate Eton talks and educational and industry track sessions. We distributed the available slots among tracks, trying to minimize the number of sessions they had in parallel, also taking into account the poster sessions. Most lecture sessions accommodated 5 papers, a change relative to past ICASP, but some special sessions and one specific track, SLP, had also a 6-paper session. In the planning of poster sessions, we also accommodated 7 grand challenge sessions, ending up with a single free poster session slot. As Harry and Matthews explained, at some point in March, we had to face the inevitable fact that many authors would not be able to attend the conference because of visa issues. We discussed at length how to optimize the schedule, particularly for lecture sessions, in order to accommodate both in-person and video-only presentations. We tried several reordering schemes, all within the same temporal slot in order not to disturb already made traveling plans. And in the end, we only ended up having to reorder papers for lecture sessions with 6 papers in order to guarantee that there was some video paper in the last session, in the last slot, sorry. The exception were the sessions in a single track that were at the same time in the same topic. These we tried to merge. Apologies for all possible inconvenience. It was not an easy task, especially taking into account that many authors never answered our survey about attendance in person. The information about the presentation mode of each paper is visually indicated in the conference app by one of the 3 indicators shown here. Something happened here. It's now time for my favorite part, the thank you part. First of all, thank you to the over 20,000 authors who submitted papers. This year, for the first time, SPS imposed a limit on the number of papers submitted by each author. We had almost 100 authors who submitted the maximum number of papers, 9, and over 14,000 who submitted a single paper. Here is the pie chart in terms of primary author country, with China first, followed by the US and India, who this year overcome Japan and Korea in the 3rd and 4th places compared to ICASP last year. This is really natural from an organizing country. Looking at these pie charts, I can only reiterate what Harry and Matthews said. We do miss all our colleagues that could not come due to visa issues. Really sorry that they could not come. Faced with such an increase in the number of submitted papers, we hoped that all senior authors understood that they also had duties as reviewers. Most did, fortunately. So thank you also to almost 1,600 reviewers, most especially to those that reviewed more than a half-dozen papers. My thank you, however, does not extend to the LLMs, which did the review of a couple papers. We do need to publish guidelines regarding their use in reviews. Thank you as well to the 369 meta-reviewers for their huge work, and thank you to all the TC chairs for their extraordinary help. We could not have done it without you. A very special thanks also to John Hansen, our predecessor in ICASP 2024, who was always there for us, and to the team of conference catalysts headed by Chris Dyer. Last but not the least, thank you all. But being here in India, I should not end with these words, but rather with Namaste. Handle the floor to Kostas, President of the Signal Processing Society.
Let's wait. Thank you. everyone. Thank you for coming and joining us in the opening ceremonies of ICASP. Nice job, Matthews, trying to upstage me. Remember, I still sign the checks. So I will try my best to compete with the opening troupe, and I will play my best Perry Mason impersonation, moving up and down in the stage as I go through the slides. So as Isabel said, I'm Kostas Padaniotis. I'm the president of the Singer Posting Society, and I'm delighted to have a chance to spend 20 minutes or so telling you about our society, the things that we are doing, and the things that we plan. Before I start the slides on the state of affairs of the society, I would like to spend some time introducing you to the volunteers that oversee the activities of the society on behalf of its members. Now, the slide behind me depicts the people and the posts that occupy right in the executive committee of the Board of Governors. And they do look after the affairs of the society with the help of the dedicated people that staff at the executive office of our society. Here on the slide, you see those that help us make things happening in the Signal Crossing society. On behalf of all our members, I would like to thank them, each one of them and all of them, for the dedication and support. Without them, it will not be possible to organize events such as the ICASP that we have here in India this time around. So this is the people that make things happen. Let's take a look at who we are and what we are doing. So we are an international organization. By the end of the previous year, by December 31st, 2024, we have more than 22,000 members, and as you see, we cover the entire globe. We're doing exceptionally well in region 10, that includes the subcontinent, that we have the ICASP this year, with more than 11,000 members coming from the region. You see the member breakdown. We are doing quite well in terms of students and graduate students. So I should say that the future looks bright for the Signal Posting Society, and we have a global presence in terms of chapters, local chapters that is, and also student branches for our chapters. More than 200 of them, and I'm delighted to report that a lot of them are here in India. We are very, very pleased and very happy to see all this activity in our student branches here in the subcontinent. We have 12 technical committees, 2 working groups, and 2 mega trades that try to embrace the new initiatives and the new developments in our field. And I will invite each one of you to be involved as much as you can and as much as you wish with these activities. So we do have conferences. We have the flagship event, which is the ICASP conference that we have here in Hyderabad this spring. But we do have also another flagship event that takes place in the fall, and this is the International Conference of Film Crossing. This year, in 2025, the conference will take place in Alaska in the second week of September. It will be a beautiful experience. I have been there. The weather is terrific. The program that the committee puts together, it's outstanding. I will invite each one of you to come and join us in Alaska this September. We run conferences, symposia, and workshops. We have more than 5,000 people attending the 2 flagship events and our conferences. Our publications are strong and growing. We have 35 of them, and you read the statistics over there. More than 800 editors serving on the editorial boards and helping us make things happen. A monumental task and a testament to the dedication of the publications board of the society and all of this that they help us on that regard. We also have a thriving education program. We have a lot of seminars, more than 200, a lot of educational products on our research center. This is something that we started a couple of years back, and I'm very happy now that I return to see that there's trend continues, and we have quality inputs and resources available to you. And that includes some of the short courses that you have seen here during ICASP 2025. Now we have a vision, and we're very happy to stick to the script. We want to lead in technical excellence. We want to engage our industry members and the industry at large. We want to develop quality products that help grow our members. Remember, the reason the threat of our society is to serve its members. We would like to evolve our structure to meet the needs of our membership today, and I will be more than happy to hear your opinion, your advice, and your commentary on things that work for us and things that they don't work and may need to be changed. And obviously we want to make sure that we have an environment that is fair and inclusive for all our members and all our volunteers. So as Matthews and Harry mentioned, this is the 50th anniversary of the ICASP, the Golden Jubilee, if you like. All stuff started back in '76 in Philadelphia. This is the Liberty Bell. I took time to read the statement by Charles Teacher, who was the general chair of the first ICASP. I had the proceedings in my lab at the University of Toronto, and I'm happy to report that India was one of the top countries in contributing papers back in in 1976. And I was delighted to hear from Isabel's report that India has such a strong presence in ICASP 2026. Well done, and we hope for more. So this is a quick timeline of some of the things that happened in the last 50 years or so. I will not go through all the things that you see and you can read on the slide. I would like to single out the ICASP in 1994, not only because we went to Adelaide and it was the first event in the Southern Hemisphere, but it was the time where we started having the second flagship conference. 94 was the first time that we had the international conference on image processing organized by Alan Bovic down in Texas. So a lot of things happened in the last 50 years. A lot of new beginnings, and certainly we're happy to see that in 2025 we're here in the subcontinent for the first time having the ICASP here in Hyderabad. So some pitch for the things to come. As I mentioned before, the ICIP 2025, the International Conference on Image Processing, is in Alaska in September. The next ICASP will be in Barcelona in 2026. We have ICIP 2026 in Finland in October of that year, and the ICASP comes back to my hometown in Toronto in 2027. And then in 2028 we move to Japan and Tokyo for the 2028 installment of the conference. There are a lot of things that the society brings to support the professional development of its members, and for all the things that we are doing, I decided this morning to focus on two things. The first one is the educational activities of the society. We have the Educational Week 2025, and you see over here all the things that are available to you and all other members of our society in order to take advantage of the wealth of information that is created and curated by us. We have the resource center that includes video talks and tutorials. We have introduced mentoring activities that are helping to pair those that they start their professional career with those that they have been around for a while. We offer short courses that can, this is the fourth time that we're doing it ICASP, that can help you to break into new topics that are of interest to you, and certainly we try our best to provide curated content that can be reviewed and checked at your leisure, so you can update your skills. Now, we had a number of educational short courses at ICASP 2025. So you will see a quick summary of things that happened a few days ago on April the 6th and April the 7th. If you had the chance to attend those short courses, I would like to hear about our experience. Those of you that you missed the opportunity, you will have a chance to see and read the content of these courses on our SIGPort and Educational Resource Center. So this is a quick overview of some of the things that we are doing on the education front. At the same time, I'm very happy to report that the society recognizes the need to better link with the things that are happening in the industry and better serve those of our members that are coming from industry. And to that end, we have introduced a new board. It's the industry board headed by Anthony Vetro, and the volunteers that you see on the screen that is tasked by the society with the task to make sure that we take the appropriate steps and measures to help those that they work in the industry. And that includes dedicated resources to promote their career, promote partnerships with industry, and enhance existing sponsorship arrangements that we have with our sponsors. Some of them are supporting the ICASP here in Hyderabad. So this is what's happening on the industry board. But as I said before, the reason that the society exists is to help its members. And this is a quick overview of all the things that we put forward in order to make sure that this thing is indeed happening and is not only a lip service to the members at large. So I would like to encourage you, if you haven't done so, to take advantage of all the things that you see on the screen, especially those of you that you start your career now. Take advantage of the networking and mentoring opportunities that are afforded to you by events such as ICASP 2025. We try our best to make sure that we don't overburden our members with excessive requests in terms of finances. You see over here the pricing of the membership for those of us that are coming from North America or Europe. There is a reduced price for those that are coming for low-income economies as defined by the United Nations and IEEE. And we're very happy to keep offering membership to the society, to our students and graduate students for $1. We think it is the best way to engage our young colleagues in the affairs of the society and give them an opportunity to grow their network and become more productive members of our organization. We are not a day older than 77. When society started in June the 2nd, 1948. So we celebrate the SPS birthday every day, and when Harry was around, we started also the celebrations for the SPS Day. Thank you for that, and we'll continue celebrating every June. We have the SPS Day events that can be organized about 2 weeks before and after the June 2nd birthday. If you do have some photos and videos from your activities, by all means share it with us. They are prized to be won for those that they are artistically impressive. And as always, you can use our social media channels to get in touch with us. If you do want to talk to us in person, by all means, most of the members of the board of of governors are here to attend the festivities at ICASP. We'll be more than happy to chat with you about things, all things signal processing. And before I give the stage, I would like to go through the thank you part of the presentation. As Isabel mentioned, this is always our favorite part. I will start by thanking the retired Vice President for Technical Directions, Allegan van der Veen, and the past awards board chair, Sergius Ruides, whom I know since 1983, and of course, all the retiring members at large of the Board of Governors, the regional directors, the editor-in-chiefs, and all the other volunteers that served on the boards of the society. And a big thank to all of them, because this is what makes the society work. And obviously, it would be amiss if I don't thank the organizing committee of the Hyderabad. They went beyond the call of duty to make things happen. We hear about the issues that we faced this time around with the visas. They persevered and they put together an excellent program. Many thanks to Harry and Matthews for the leadership, and of course many thanks to the technical program, co-chairs, and all the dedicated volunteers that served on the committee of ICASP 2025. We're in debt to you for your efforts and your leadership. Thank you, for making this thing happen. So I hope that you will enjoy your time here in ICASP 2025. I will be around, and as I said, I will be very happy to chat with all of you about things that relate to SPS. So that's about it. I would like now to invite to the stage the chair of the SPS Award Board, Professor Ray Liu, who will guide us with the rest of the ceremony activities.
Good morning. Welcome to 2025 IEEE Signal Processing Society Award Ceremony. Thank you for joining us in honoring and celebrating the contribution of many of our colleagues from across all of the diverse field of signal processing. We have many awards to present today, and the first item is the IEEE Level Technical Field Award, which is to be presented by Anthony Vitro. Please join me in welcoming Anthony.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Anthony Vetro. I'm serving as President and CEO of Mitsubishi Electric's Research Lab in the US. And it's really my honor to be here in India today with all of you and present two of IEEE's most prestigious technical field awards. Both of these awards are sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric Research Labs, and I'll be presenting these on behalf of the IEEE Board of Directors. So we'll start with the 2025 IEEE James L. Flanagan Speech and Audio Processing Award, which recognizes outstanding contribution to the advancement of speech and or audio signal processing. And it's my great pleasure to recognize IEEE Fellow Sri Narayan for contributions to speech, communication science, and technology for inclusive, human-centered engineering. Sri is a university professor and also serves as vice president at the University of Southern California. His work has revolutionized the study of human language production and led to novel biologically inspired speech technologies, which have led to a greater understanding of human speech, including in children, cancer patients, stroke patients, and those with autism. Shri's research in computational behavioral science has made enduring contributions to AI by bringing emotional and behavioral intelligence to the forefront with wide-ranging impact. His inventions in voice and language processing, notably for remote processing on mobile devices, have provided the foundation for many of the now ubiquitous voice-based services used by millions of people worldwide. As a whole, Sri's work has had major societal impacts, benefiting the human condition and deepening our understanding of human vocal communication. So on behalf of the IEEE Board of Directors, it is my great pleasure to recognize my friend and IEEE Fellow, Professor Sri Narayan, as the recipient of the 2025 IEEE James L. Flanagan Speech and Audio Processing Award.
Good morning, everyone. Namaste. Welcome to India. So I'm supposed to give a few remarks about this award. First of all, I'm so incredibly honored and grateful for receiving this award. Thank you to IEEE for selecting me for this, but also to Mitsubishi Electric Research Laboratories for sponsoring this award. As you all know, these kinds of awards are not for the individual, but there's a huge number of people behind these things. So in my case, it's countless mentors, teachers, colleagues, collaborators, students over the years, whose work actually gets recognized for these awards. So I'm truly grateful for all that they've done, they continue to do, and I no words can make justice to their contributions. So I thought I'll take a few minutes, just 2 minutes, to sort of talk about three things that I wanted to mention today. What makes it especially sort of a special day here, being here in Hyderabad. First, the place and the time, right? Being in India to receive the award is extremely special. I was born in New Delhi, raised in Chennai, so Hyderabad is right here in the middle of the country. It's extra special. I'm also very proud to be the part of the Indian speech and language processing community over the years. So big shout out to them. It's an incredible community, and I'm very grateful to be part of that. In fact, we celebrated we did InterSpeech 2018 right at this same location 7 years ago. So I have very fond memories of that here. The second is I started my speech journey at AT&T Laboratories a long time ago. In the laboratory called Information Principles Research Laboratory, there was Jim Flanagan's lab. So I started as an intern. I was introduced to this amazing world of speech and audio by incredible minds like Mohan Sandhi and Vishnu Tal and so on, and had a chance to discuss with Jim about my thesis work. And so it's incredible to see to receive an award that is named in his honor and have that connection. The third thing is going back to the theme of this year's ICASP. We are celebrating signal processing 50th year of the conference, and one of the things I want to give a shout out is to celebrate this beautiful area of speech, audio, and language processing. When you think about it, it's an area that's been around for a long time, and every time you think about it, are we done yet? But it's a fountain of eternal problems and questions that can change the societal impact. It's very elegant in the sense of combining science and technology to answer questions about something that is essentially human-centered. Like something about people, for people, from people. And so I want to sort of close by saying we should double down on that theme of really sort of focusing on bringing science and technology together in service of sort of understanding the human condition, trying to build technologies that will benefit our sort of ways of bringing engineering to supporting people's across the lifespan, both healthy but also in terms of when things are not going well due to health status variations, etc. And I think this will lead to new inventions and discoveries for years to come for all future researchers and award winners. So with that, I again want to thank everyone for this honor, and I'm grateful for all your support. Thank you.
actually. Okay, so now we'll move on to the 2025 IEEE Fourier Award for Signal Processing, which recognizes outstanding contribution to the advancement of signal processing other than in the areas of speech and audio processing. So it's my pleasure to recognize IEEE Fellow Bjorn Ottersen for contributions to array processing and its application to wireless communications. Ottersen is professor at the Interdisciplinary Center for Security, Reliability, and Trust at the University of Luxembourg. He is the inventor of Spatial Division Multiple Access for wireless communications, a technology that represents a significant paradigm shift in wireless communications and was instrumental to the MIMO revolution in communication. Today, spatial multiplexing is incorporated in all major wireless standards, including many IEEE 802, as well as the 3GPP standards. More recently, Professor Ottersen and his team developed a theoretical foundation for symbol-level pre-coding, a new constructive interference exploitation paradigm in multi-antenna signal processing conceived for wireless networks. So on behalf of the IEEE Board of Directors, it is my great pleasure to recognize IEEE Fellow Professor Bjorn Ottersen as the recipient of the 2025 IEEE Fourier Award for Signal Processing.
Extremely humbled and honored to receive this award. I'd like to thank the committee, the society, and the sponsor, Mitsubishi, for this recognition. Special thanks to Georgios Giannakis for his strong support and encouragement. I'd like to mention my mentors, Dana Joan and Tom Kailath. And I'd like to especially take this occasion to thank all my students, postdocs, and the colleagues that I've had the tremendous privilege to work with and to learn from. Thank you.
Okay, so I think we're done with the IEEE level awards. So welcome Ray back.
Thank you, Anthony. All right, now is the Signal Processing Society Award. Signal processing is at the heart of our digital life, enabling and empowering the world around us. Where signal processing is largely invisible, it is behind countless applications and is pervasive in the technology we interact with and rely on every day, transforming the way we live and keeping us connected, safe, and healthy. The IEEE Signal Processing Society is the professional home for signal processing researchers and practitioners. With diverse technical expertise and backgrounds. Today, we are here together to honor and recognize those who have made significant contributions to the field of signal processing. Mr. President, please. I'd like to remind you, just we have heard, many of our colleagues, unfortunately, due to visa issue, cannot be here. And we have quite many of them who are the award recipients. If they are not here, I will just read through and you will see their slides on the screen. Likely for many of them, maybe in Suzhou we will do something to compensate that. So now let's go for the first award today. To be presented is the highest award bestowed by the society. The IEEE Signal Processing Society Nobel Winner Society Award, which honor outstanding technical contribution in the field within the scope of the society and outstanding leadership in that field. This year, the recipient of the Nobel Winner Society Award is Ahmed Tawfiq for fundamental contribution to watermarking, signal processing, and sustaining leadership in the signal processing society.
I too am very humbled and thankful for receiving this award. It's really special for me to receive it in India. And it's also very special to receive it from peers that I respect and admire so much. Like Shri, I don't believe that any action, success, or achievement that any of us has is really a contribution of a single person. It is the contribution of a large number of people. It's the integration of a lot of work that led to this particular achievement. In my case, I'd like to recognize my parents, who from a young age took care of me, encouraged me to take risks, and develop my curiosity. My elementary, middle, and high school teachers, both in Lebanon and in Egypt, who also prepared me for the journey. My professors, but also my fellow students at Cairo University and MIT. We learned a lot from our fellow students, and we don't recognize this as much. After graduation, the University of Minnesota, Alpha Tech, and TI took risks on me, and that also helped me to continue to develop. There are those who joined me at our startup community, again, taking a lot of risks, an exciting time, and that also helped me continue to develop. And then, most recently, it's been the University of Texas at Austin and Apple. Again, my colleagues there, the professors, my students, both at Minnesota and at UT Austin, and my colleague at Apple, all of them contribute to my continuing development. I would be remiss not to recognize specifically my wife of almost 40 years, Heba. She's been my rock. She has covered all of the blind spots that I have. Without her, I would not be here today. But also my children, who have developed and continue to challenge me intellectually. And I dare to say that today they think clearer and are much smarter than their dad. Finally, I really would like to thank all of you. I was speaking with a senior executive at Apple at midnight, a few minutes after midnight today, here in India. And I told him about this community, how open, how inclusive, how welcoming, how creative, and how supportive it is. So thank you very much to all of you. This is really your reward as much as it is mine. Thank you.
IEEE Signal Processing Society Cloud Shannon Avionics Technical Achievement Award honors the persons who have made outstanding technical contributions to the theory and practice in technical area within the scope of the society. This year, the society recognized Mark Monan for outstanding contribution to theory and practice of statistical signal processing and optimal communication systems. This year, the Signal Processing Society Crown Friedrich Gauss Education Award, honor educator who had made pioneering and significant contributions to signal processing education. This year, the Society recognized Paulo Sergio Ramirez Diniz for outstanding sustained contributions to education and mentorship in signal processing and adaptive filtering. Leo L. Bernard Meritorious Service Award, honor contribution to the society. This year, the recipient is Walter L. Kellerman for exemplary service to and leadership in the Signal Processing Society. The Industrial Innovation Award recognize an individual or a team at any level who were industry employees whose technical contributions have resulted in significant advance using signal processing technologies within the scope of the society. The Industrial Innovation Award is presented this year to Akihiko Tsukiyama for major contribution to development, standardization, and application of audio coding technology. The Pierre Simon Laplace Early Career Technical Achievement Award honor an individual who, over a period of years in their early career, had made significant technical contribution to theory and practice in technical area within the scope of the society. We have two recipients. They are Ulubek Camilo for major contribution to the theory and practice in computational imaging, and Kumar Vijay Mishra for major contribution in radar signal processing and the integration of sensing and communication. Next, the Industrial Young Professional Leadership Award recognized meritorious service and leadership of the industry members who are young professionals and whose volunteer effort has significantly benefited the signal processing community and the professions. And the recipient is Ping E. Chen for research and industry impact for machine learning and robotics and AI safety, and this person is not present. So I will go to the next. The Best PhD Dissertation Award recognized PhD relevant work in signal processing while stimulating further research in the field. The recipients are Wei Zhou for the PhD dissertation titled Transmission Design for Reconfigurable Intelligent Surface AD Wireless System, and Tian Tong for the PhD dissertation, Scale Gradient Method for Ear-Conditioned Low-Rank Metric and Tensor Estimation. They are not present, so we will continue. The Regional Distinguished Teacher Award recognized individuals who have excelled in the teaching of signal processing. The recipient is John R. Buck for contribution to innovative teaching method, exceptional mentorship, and the development of high-quality educational material in the field of signal processing. this person is not present, so we will continue. Now the next award to be presented are the Society Paper Awards. This year, 7 Best Paper Awards are being presented, honoring the author of paper of exceptional merit during which topic related to the Society's technical scope and appearing in one of the Society's transactions. The first award goes to the paper Soundstream, an end-to-end neural audio codec published in the IEEE SEM transaction on audio, speech, and language processing by Dekido, Liu, Onwen, Stolun, and Takuya. Our next Best Paper Award goes to the paper Kramer-Rao Optimization for Joint Radar Communication Beamforming, published in the IEEE Transaction on Signal Processing 2022 by Liu, Li, Masaros, and Elder. FFDNet to work a fast and flexible solution for CNN-based image denoising, published in the IEEE Transaction on Image Processing 2018 by Zhang, Zhou, and Zhang. They are not here today. Our next award recognizes the paper Huber, Self-Supervised Speech Representation Learning by Mask, Prediction, and Hidden Units, published in the IEEE SEM Transaction on Audio, Speech, and Language Processing 2021 by Xu, Bolet, Sai, Lakotia, Salapotinov, and Muhammad. And they are not here today. Our next award recognizes the paper Deep Learning for Audio Signal Processing, published in the IEEE Journal of Selected Topic in Signal Processing 2019 by Pervin, Lee, Rotanen, Stuter, Chan, and Sanas. Our next award recognizes the paper's Convolutional Neural Network Architecture for Signals Supporting on Graph, published in the IEEE Transaction on Signal Processing 2019 by Gama, Market, Luz, and Ribeiro. The last Best Paper Award goes to the paper Deep Neural Network for No Reference and Full Reference Image Quality Assessment, published in the IEEE Transaction on Image Processing 2018 by Bosset, Marini, Mueller, Rudolph, and Samet. Being presented is the Donald G. Fink Overview Paper Award, which honors the author of an overview article of broad interests that has had substantial impact over several years on subjects related to the Society's technical scope. This year the award goes to the paper An Overview of Signal Processing Technique for Joint Communication with Signal Processing, published in the IEEE Journal of Selected Topic in Signal Processing 2021 by Zhang Liu, Masaros, P. Swan Zhang, and Petropoulos. The next award being presented is the IEEE Signal Processing Letter Best Paper Award, honoring the author of a letter, article of exceptional merit and broad interest on the subject related to the Society's technical scope and appearing in the IEEE Signal Processing Letters. This award is being presented to the paper Complex Channel Estimation for Intelligent Refracting Surface Assist Millimeter Wave System, published in IEEE Signal Processing Letter 2020 by Wang, Fang, Duan, and Li. They are not here today. The next award being presented is the IEEE Signal Processing Magazine Best Paper Award, which honors the author of a paper of exceptional merit and broad interest on the subjects related to Signal Society's technical scope, appearing in the magazine. This year, the Signal Processing Magazine Best Paper Award goes to the paper Algorithm Enrolling Interpretable Efficient Deep Learning for Signal Processing and Image Processing by Monga, Li, and Elder. The next award being presented is the Sustained Impact Paper Award, which honors the author of the journal article of broad interest that has sustained impact over many years on the subject related to the Society's technical scope. The award goes to the paper Simple and Efficient Estimator for Hyperbolic Location, published in IEEE Transaction on Signal Processing 1994 by Chang and Ho. The next award being presented is the Young Author Best Paper Award that honors the author of an exceptionally meritorious paper who is less than 30 years of age at the time of publication of the paper. This year, there are 4 such awards. Unfortunately, none of them are here, but I will go through all the list. The first award goes to the paper Enlightenment Deep Light Enhancement Without Pair Supervision, published in the IEEE Transaction on Image Processing 2021, and the young authors are Zhang, Gong, Wang, and others. And the next award goes to the paper Deep Sound Discrete Diffusion Model for Text to Sound Generations, published in the IEEE ASEAN Transaction on Audio, Speech, and Language Processing 2023. And the young authors are Yang, Yu, Wang, and others. The next award goes to the paper Federated Variant Reduced Stochastic Gradient Descent with Robustness to Byzantine Attack, published in the IEEE Transaction on Signal Processing 2020, and the young authors are Wu, Chen, and others. The last award goes to the paper Joint Transmit Beamforming for Multi-User MIMO Communication and MIMO Radar, published in the IEEE Transaction on Signal Processing 2020 by the young author Liu and others. So congratulations to all of them. Even though they are not here, we will try to see if we can make it up in the Suzhou offsite meetings. Now we will go to our next award. That is the IEEE Signal Processing Society Chapter of the Year Award, which is presented to a chapter that has provided their membership with the highest quality of program, activity, and service. The chapter to receive this award is the IEEE Signal Processing Society Calcutta chapter. For providing membership, research, activity, and service of the highest quality. This next presentation to be made is very special and is the IEEE JET POB Signal Processing Medal, which is presented by IEEE within its IEEE Medal and Award ceremony. However, it has been the practice of the Medals Founding Society, which is us, Signal Processing Society, to present a special commemorative plaque from the society to the POB medal recipient. This year, the recipient of the 2025 IEEE JET X POB Signal Processing Medal is Richard Gordon Benoni for contribution to multi-scale and sparse signal processing. Unfortunately, he cannot be here today. All right, then now we will move to the next. Today, we also recognize those individuals who are members of the IEEE Signal Processing Society and who have been elevated to IEEE Fellow as of January 1st this year. In 2025, IEEE elevated 56 Signal Processing Society members to fellows, and 10 are here today to be recognized. The first is Balu Asumilit for contribution to video processing and privacy user-generated online video content. Liang Chao for contribution to computer vision and speech recognition with significant industrial impact. Liang? Okay. Yeah, we were told he will be here. Okay, not in the audience, fine. Then the next one is Tim Finchett for contribution to speech enhancement system and their evaluations. Min Yi Hong for contributions to optimization in signal processing, wireless communication, and machine learning. Vishal Munda for contribution to computationally efficient image analysis and restorations. Pedro Moreno for contribution to speech recognition and industrial scale internalization and automated speech processing. Deadly Mukhopadhyay for contribution to design and analysis of hardware security primitives. Ram Vilas Pachori for contribution to application of signal processing decomposition method to biomedical engineering. Hega Zheng for contribution to generative model-based speech synthesis. person is Tarek El Nafori for contribution to adaptive signal processing and application to wireless communications. Everyone, thank you for your attention. That concludes today's ceremony. I want to thank all of you for celebrating the IEEE Signal Processing Society's award recipient and IEEE Fellow. I wish you a wonderful conference. Thank you.